Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today everyone talking about WrestleMania 30. I mean, it's been about 10 years since this happened, which makes me feel old as fuck. Because I remember watching this way back as a kid. I remember everyone in the playground debating, was Daniel Bryan finally going to win the title? Was Randy Orton going to retain? We didn't really know Batista like that, but there was always a possibility of him winning it. And Triple H could also win it. But I wanted to look back on the show to see if it still holds up nowadays. I mean, we all know the one moment that everyone talks about. But I want to see if it still holds up. And yeah. We got Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. The winner would go and compete for the World Championship at the end of the night. This is a very good match. I think it's honestly Triple H's last good WrestleMania performance. Even though that WrestleMania 38 match, it's pretty good too. But I think a good match here is a good match. I feel like there's been this weird uptake of people that believe that Daniel Bryan should have lost this match. Because, spoiler, Daniel Bryan would win. He'd be able to compete at the main event. Triple H would lose. A lot of people actually wanted Triple H to win this. I see this weird uptake now. That Triple H should have won because I enjoyed this one. It was solid. Man, next up, we got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. This is the first one. So nowadays, a lot of people like to shit on this Battle Royale. The Jobber Royale, whatever you want to call it. It's mostly on SmackDown nowadays. But honestly, the first one was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. I actually really enjoyed this match. They had a pretty decent sized main eventer / upper mid card, and Cesaro got the win here, even though it led to really nothing in his career. And honestly, they probably should have just had Big Show win it and never do this shit again. It was a good one. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I actually enjoyed this. Next up, we got John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, and I won't lie to you, their actual match at the last WrestleMania match they had is way better than this match, and it's just mostly because even though John Cena is my favorite wrestler ever, and I think he is the GOAT, I think Bray Wyatt should have won this match. I mean, John Cena gets the win here, and it's kind of pointless. It didn't do anything. But I still give it a 6.5 out of 10. I think it was still a decent match. It was good. And I did enjoy it. I mean, it was good. Next up, we got Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Now, honestly, I think Brock Lesnar and Undertaker don't really work well together. I can't name you one match that they had where I thought that shit was tough. I really can't. I'm not even trying to hate. And honestly, this match was more mid than anything. I mean, Brock Lesnar breaking the streak, now that we especially cannot even talk about that man is trash. Should have just let it be Bray Wyatt, but we're not going to speak on it. This match was like a 4 out of 10. This shit was straight ass. Also, most Undertaker matches in WrestleMania kind of ass, but you heard it from me though. Next up, we got the Divas match, and it's just like, yeah, it's probably a good thing that AJ Lee would lose to Paige literally the next night, because she pretty much buried the division in an under 10-minute match. She beat everyone here, and that was it. That's the match. She just wins, lol. Yeah, it's like a 3 out of 10. She's pretty ass, I'm not gonna lie to you. And last but not least, we have the main event being Randy Orton, Batista, Daniel Bryan. And honestly, even now looking back 10 years later, it is still a really decent match. I wouldn't say it's the best in either man's career, but that moment, we'll talk about the moment. I really enjoyed Randy and Batista teaming up just to take out Bryan. Even though I'm not going to lie to you, didn't really make sense. I mean, I never really had the feeling that these two would team up throughout the story they were telling. But fuck Daniel, I guess. I guess that was the story. I enjoyed it. I thought it was tough. I really think that, looking back even now, Daniel Bryan was the man to give the title to. A lot of people always say, looking back, everyone's like, oh, well, should have been Randy. Should have been Batista. Shouldn't even be fucking Triple H. But Daniel was the guy. The moment where he wins the belt and celebrates with the crowd. My first WrestleMania. It's my second one I ever watched. My fault. It was just amazing. I was so happy as a little ass kid and watching this moment. So I had to give this a 10 out of 10. I love this moment more than anything that has happened in anything that happened in 2014. This is my favorite moment. And that's it for the video, y'all. I think this was a good relook at WrestleMania 30. I mean, my final grade would probably be around a 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable. It's mostly carried by, let's face it, Daniel Bryan's moment at the end. That's really the best thing I found out of the show, honestly. Anything without Daniel Bryan was in the okay to above average tier. The Battle Royale was alright, I'll give it that. But I feel like when you look back at this Mania and you just think about the moment with Bryan, that's probably just going to escalate how most people see it. But in my opinion, it's a solid 7 out of 10 show. Really, you only got to watch the Daniel stuff in order to really like the show. That's about it. And the streak ending was ass. But I enjoyed I haven't made a wrestling video in a minute, though. So please show some support in the comments so I can make more wrestling videos. I always feel like whenever I make one, no one gives a fuck. But see y'all next time. Subscribe, like, comment. It's your first time here. Give me more WrestleManias or more shows you want me to review. I'll see y'all next time. Woo! Woo!